The Beast
Serbian
of Bits per
Superman.
Beat. Serbian Superman. That's right.
The three-time Craftcup champion.
All right, everybody, welcome to IMBA TV as we've got the Clash of the Titans happening here in round 6. Beastie QT fighting against Control, a TVT here on Metalopolis, and it's going to be a good battle as we see them spawning in the farthest rush distance between each other. This is the EU Craftcup Light number 38. Thanks for joining us here at Imbalance TV. I'm MC Dust, very hyped up, very excited for Starcraft action. And this non-stop back-to-back gaming is just amazing, Jim. Great job, and great job to Mini Gris as well. And speaking of help, here's Fire Silver to take it away.
Yeah, Beastie QT, the beast of bits per beat, as the yellow Terran in the southwest position, and in the northeast you have Control as the red Terran. So cross positions, you know, a macro player's favorite. And once again, with most mirror matchups, it's going to be mirror all the way for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes in. Then we start seeing the discrepancies, and then we can really see what these two players are going for. But you know, interesting to see how both players, which style they're going to choose in this because of the long rush distance. Obviously, Mech is very immobile, but Bio is very mobile. So, they may choose to play very defensively with the Mech styles, or they could just go for the Bio. First barracks going down.
That's right, it is up in the air. Especially with these two very, very incredible Terran players. We have seen Control go very far in the tournament. Beastie QT has gone far and took the victory yesterday. He's changed his luck around here this week in the EU Craft Cup.
Yeah, he's been having some troubles recently with especially round 3 and 4 games. I don't know if it's just because of the people he got matched up against, or just because of how he's feeling on the day. But he sometimes fell short of where he's got a lot of the time before. So interesting to see how he got this time. He did get quite far last Craft Cup, didn't he?
Yeah, yesterday he, like I said, he took the win.
Oh, so congratulations to Beastie on that.
For sure. And we see Control, scouting as well as Beastie QT, basically at the same time.
Yeah, they're both going to discover where each other are relatively in a few seconds of each other. And then we'll start seeing how both of their builds adapt. Tech Lab going down for Beastie, but then gets cancelled. That's interesting. While the Orbital Command just finishes up for Control, and so does Beastie's. Both players just getting out, more Marines. Factory
I
going
think
down
Beastie just didn't like what he saw from Control's base, so he decided to change it up. And he's going with the factory as well.
Yeah, quite possibly. And Control is getting his second gas, but Beastie is just staying on 1 for now. So, even though his factory is a bit late, he will have more minerals than gas, so might see an expansion coming out from Beastie soon. One more Marines block off the ramp, making sure no more SCVs going to poke their way up here. Though at the moment, the Control is supply capped, and he's just redeemed himself of that with a new supply depot. But BC does have more Marines than him at the moment. Factory is just completed for Control, and BC is just about to finish up as well. And a starport going down for Control.
So 1-1-1 build. That's right. It's the one Jim ridicules me for saying all the time. And looks like we've got a Tech Lab going down from Beastie QT for his factory. No starport yet from the Beast. It'll be interesting to see what
Scan just gone down. And people are asking if this is in Control.
And
I don't think it is.
No, it is not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
And here is the starport now from the Beast. And we see the switcheroo going down. That's right.
But Beastie hasn't seen, the factory or
the starport.
The Hellion going up will get taken down by these Marines relatively quickly with scoot and shoot micro. But Control has a lot more information about what Beastie's doing. He did see the Tech Lab on the factory, but Beastie doesn't know anything about what his opponent's going for. He's only seen the Hellion, and that's it. So.
And looking at the unit counting station, we do see that Control has 23 SCVs with no mules out on the field, and there are 24 SCVs for Beastie QT, and his mule just died. And
yeah,
there was
BC,
some scans going down. And here comes the first Banshee from Control, and Control's also opting to get the cloak for the Banshee.
Yeah, interesting to see what. I mean, Control doesn't have this Zelnaga. Sorry, Beast doesn't have the Zelnaga, where Control does, so, you know, he's not going to see that Banshee immediately. And it looks like Marine is just going to miss that Banshee coming in. But it seems that he's going to go snipe off that one Marine. And there he goes. So BC might have to start saving up some scan now against some missile turrets, and it does seem like he's electing for the missile turret idea, while pulling his Marines back into the mineral line. Trying to pick up this Banshee, and there he goes.
There's the cloak.
Gotta get that. Oh, it's about 90% complete. Still not up. Keep sniping off those things, and there it is. It's up. Rendering that cloak useless for now. Control still. Oh, BC going in with the drop with the 3 Hellions. Dropping straight.
That's right. Blue flamers right here. And look at this. It's like a herd of cattle. Oh man, and a bunch of SCVs go down. 2 Hellions lift up in that dropship and get out of there. As we see Control going with an expansion, this Banshee's still in this base here, doing, doing whatever.
Yeah, I think BC might be going for another drop, but no, it looks like he's going to be pulling them back, probably to repair them a bit. Tech Lab going down on the factory, along with the Tech Lab on his starport. He's getting out of Raven at the moment while getting his own expansion built. Control, on the other hand, is building his expansion right down at his natural from the beginning, while switching his barracks with his starport. So he does have this Tech Lab on the barracks, so he can start getting Stim Pack and all those good upgrades. Energy relatively high on Control's command center, so whether he's saving up for scan, because he's seen the Banshees, or macro fail, but I'm guessing he's saving it up for something. And
BCQT's Banshee does come in and gets about 5 kills. And looks like he's going to prolong this expansion a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite annoying for Control. He needs to get an SCV down there, but wouldn't be surprised if BC snipes it off again, because it is coming down alone without that Marine support. But 1 Viking is out on the field, and the SCV dies again. BC really doesn't want him to expand before him. Meanwhile, Control's going in with his own Cloak Banshee, sniping off some SCVs, and nearly that mule, with the Raven obviously, mobile detection really helping him get rid of that.
Interesting
BCA
move
moving is a turret.
And he's still trapped.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
Poor Beastie. He can't get out either way, so oh, but a mineral patch has just expired, so he should be able to get through there now. Bad building positioning there by Beastie while he gets out more tanks. And gets his expansion up and going. Hellions, meanwhile, coming back, getting repaired by those SCVs. Control, as if we look in the unit counting station, we have 27 SCVs for Beastie QT, 28 now, versus Control's 22. Control does have a Raven, a Viking, and 5 tanks, compared to Beastie's Viking, Medivac, Hellion, 2 tanks, and 7 Marines. So, in Control does have the Marine and tank count much higher than Beastie, but, you know, Beastie does have the air support.
And it looks like Control is throwing down a reactor core now on one of his barracks, as well as building some drop ships, one at a time, one by one, out of his starport, because he's no expansion bay on that. There is a Viking by Control, which is moving around Control's base right now. We also see that more units going out on the map, doing a little bit of surveillance on the map, getting some map awareness. Control's going to be sitting on these Zelnaga watchtowers at the same time. BCQT sends his out. Great minds think alike here on Starcraft 2. You see it all the time. As BCQT is upgrading his combat shield for his Marines, we do see combat shield being upgraded right now for Control as well. And, you know, just Control building a lot of tanks, Marines, and dropships. BCQT going with a lot of tanks, dropships, and Marines as well. But BCQT does have a Raven out, which is going to help with throwing down the point defense drones.
Yeah, neither player is actually opting for any like +1 attack or +1 defense upgrade for the tanks or the infantry. Really, both getting the same combat shield. Nothing else really going on. Control just keep pumping those tanks, and so Control is getting out some Marauders here. And that Viking landing but getting killed by the Raven's auto turret has very, very high energy. There's been no combat yet, which is,
very
quite
passive,
odd. But yeah, Control might be moving out now. He did move his troops out of the range of that scan to stop him seeing everything the Control has. Beastie looks like he might push out at this point. Interesting Hellion placement there to deny Control getting a third expansion should he so choose to do.
Here we go. Looks like this Hellion's going to go in and try to do some damage and get some scouting done. And those SCVs got to go. That Hellion's done for. As Control sends all of his army to take care of it. We see Control throwing down another factory. And looking at BCQT's base, we do see that there is a Cloaked Banshee in BCQT's base trying to do some damage right now. Sitting on about 8 kills. There is a Raven out for BCQT as well as a Viking. So they will easily take care of that, that Banshee. As we do see that BCQT's food cap, or supply cap for the moment. BCQT is pumping out more and more Marines and Marauders. We see him with a lot of SCVs on this one mineral line here with 41 SCVs total and 38 for Control. Control looks like he's getting ready to push out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both players have kind of opted for the same thing, but strangely enough, Beastie's going for more Marauder heavy than Controllers, and here comes in the engagement. The tank's not sieged up yet. The Beastie is going to siege his before
auto turn, interesting move there by throwing down auto turns for BCQT as these siege tanks are going to go down. BCQT sitting in a bad position as Control pushes forward with a bunch of unsieged tanks. Oh no, this does not look good for BCQT. Control showing what he's got here. These tanks doing some massive damage. SCV's off the line now, trying to deal with these tanks. They siege up. And without any air units, it looks like Control's rampage has come to a stop here as he's not able to attack up on top of that ramp. And he will lose all of his tanks.
Yeah, it looks like BC's opting for a third expansion.
And so is Control.
I mean, those he just concussive shelled a tank. I didn't even know that was possible. But so yeah, really those unsieged tanks really do, as I recall, have the highest DPS in the game when unsieged. So, he could definitely keep pushing with them and did massive damage to Beastie's tank force.
And Control seems to have forgotten about a couple Marines and a dropship. And Control, Control is going to be demoted for that. I mean, those families got to be pissed.
Absolutely. Not looking out for the welfare. But it does look like both players going for their third expansion at relatively the same time. BC's just checking there's nothing blocking that expansion as he did try it for Control earlier. Control only has, let's see, I think he only has 1 tank at the moment. Yeah, Control has 1 tank, 14 Marines, 5 Marauders. Though he does have 3 more SCVs than Beastie. And yeah, Beastie is now ahead in the tank count with 5 tanks. And only 4 less Marines, so Beastie looking in a good position at the moment, even after that attack. That Marine that just got killed will see this push happening, so it does give time for Control to get into a better position with these tanks and get them sieged up before the engagement happens. But I think BC's just going to go straight to this third expansion and take that down. So be eager to see if Control's going to try and cut this force off halfway or just retreat back to his natural.
And it looks like Control's going to lift off and send that back like you were saying, and he is going to gather his units. He's not even going to go in to try to defend against this. Probably a good choice.
Yeah, if Control did try and stop that halfway,